Once upon a time, there lived a young man named Alani in the village of Hararomi. His parents adored him because he was their only child, born into wealth and comfort. His father, known as Baba Alani, owned first farmlands, while his mother, Iya Alani, ran the biggest food store in the market. Together, they built a life of prosperity. Because of his parents' wealth, Alani refused to work. While other young men learned trades or farmed, Alani spent his days eating, sleeping, and boasting. One day, tragedy struck. His mother fell ill with a mysterious sickness. Soon, his father followed. They spent all their riches. They sold their farms and stores on medicines and prayers, but nothing helped. Their fortune vanished like morning mist, and soon, all that remained was their house. One evening, as his father lay weak and frail, he called Alani close, his voice barely a whisper. "Alani, my son, listen carefully. There were 10 golden clay pots under the wooden chair in my chamber. I purchased them many years back, and now they are worth a fortune. As you can see that this house is all I have left. Use them wisely." Alani's eyes widened. Golden clay pots? His father had been hiding a treasure. Before he could ask more, Baba Alani let out a deep sigh. Moments later, both he and Iya Alani were gone. The news spread through the village like wildfire. Alani cried and cried and cried, but there was nothing he could do. He had to accept the fact that his parents are now gone. Relatives came to pack his parents' corpse. After the burial, instead of them to comfort Alani, they chased him out of the house. With nowhere to go, Alani rented a small hut at the edge of the village. At first, he spent the little money he had left, eating well and enjoying himself. But soon, his buckets became empty. One afternoon, with hunger gnawing at his stomach, he decided it was time. He carefully unwrapped the golden clay pots and placed them before him on a mat. His eyes gleamed as he imagined the riches he would gain. "Once I sell this, I will be rich again. I will keep some money for myself and I will buy another golden clay pot and resell it for a higher price. Soon, I will have a shop full of golden clay pots, and I will never be poor again in my life. I shall be the most famous pot seller in Hararomi village. After that, I will purchase a big farm with laborers to monitor it. I will never have to lay my hands on the farm. By then, I will be so rich and popular in Hararomi village. Many parents will want me to marry their daughter. Who should I even accept? I think I will accept the daughter of a king because I will have to pity her. And if I ask her to do something and she refuses, I will be so angry at her and I will talk to her however I want. When she brings food to appease me, I will just proudly smash the food to the ground." Lost in his dreams, he grinned and stretched out his hand, acting out his fantasies. And then, his hand struck one of the pots. Before he could stop it, all the pots stumbled onto the hard ground, shattering into tiny pieces. Alani froze. Then realization hit him like a lightning bolt. "All my dreams, they are all gone." He wailed, his voice shaking with despair. He fell to his knees, his hand trembling as he touched the golden shards. Tears streamed down his face. He had lost everything. First, his parents, their wealth, and now his last hope. For days he mourned his foolishness, but hunger does not wait for sorrow. When his stomach growled louder than his regrets, he knew he had to do something. One morning, he walked to the farm of an old village farmer. "Baba, please, let me work for you," Alani begged. The farmer studied him with wise old eyes. "You? Work?" He chuckled. "Do you even know how to hold a hoe?" "I will learn," Alani said firmly. "I have no choice." The farmer nodded, and from that day on, Alani worked harder than he ever had in his life. At first, the villagers laughed. "Is that not Alani, the rich man's son? Look at him now." But Alani ignored them. Years passed and Alani, through sweat and patience, saved enough to buy his own small farmland. He worked even harder, and soon his land flourished. One day, Alani sat down in his hut and smiled. True wealth is not from what a man inherits, but from what a man builds with his own hands. And so, the young man who once lived in laziness became a man of wisdom and strength. Please like and subscribe for more. Thank you.